as you've probably already seen from this title, I got a new camera. So before we start talking about it, let's get to the unboxing. Welcome back, and if you're new here, my name's Michael Evans, and today we're going to talk about my Leica. First, I'd like to say I'm not covering all the details about this camera. There's tons of videos that go over everything in depth. I really just want to talk about why I got it. And second, I'm not going to be replacing my Sony kit. My Sony kit is for product photography, and that's what I do with that. This is going to be more for everything else. Let's talk about why I got the M11P. One of the main things is that it doesn't have the red dot logo. I feel like this just causes a lot of attention and people to notice you more. So that is something that I wanted to have a little less of. Next is the onboard storage. This camera has 256 gigs built-in memory into the camera, which I think is just amazing, and I wish so many more camera companies would do this. It just seems like something that's so obvious in what people would need. I know the Hasselblad has a terabyte built in, and that is amazing as well. So there's only a couple companies that are really doing this, and I hope that this becomes more of a mainstream thing moving forward. The next reason why I really chose this camera over the Q series or the SL series is that this form factor. I really wanted something that was small but also offered this manual focusing capabilities. I know that you can manually focus with Canon, Nikon, and Sony and all these other brands, but this really just, you don't have an option to shoot autofocus if you want to or whatnot. This will just make your shots a little bit more intentional, and you have to focus on, you know, what you really want to capture within that moment. So that's something that really appealed to me, and I'm really excited to get to use it. Lastly, I want to mention the X100VI, the Fujifilm X100VI. I did get this camera and I still do have it. It's right here. But I don't really use it as much as I thought that I would. I just wanted something that didn't have the video capability and all these other bells and whistles. I want something that's photography first, and I feel that the M11, specifically the M11P, really does that well. And also the focal length of the Fujifilm X100VI, the 35mm, I always felt like I wanted to punch in a little bit more when I'm shooting, or when I get back to editing, I would crop it in a certain way. And that focal length just really wasn't for me. We could talk about a little bit more the lenses that I chose a little bit later in the video. So just wanted to state that, and the reasoning why I'm not using the X100VI. And also I have given that to my wife, so that's going to be her camera and something that she can learn and use to better her photography skills. How I will use this camera. This camera will be a camera that I carry with me every day. It's just a walking around camera. It's something that, you know, if I want to go out and walk around the city or something like that, I can carry this with me. And I love that this form factor is pretty small, so it's something that I can just carry in a bag, on a sling bag with me wherever I go. And something that I really am excited to do, some plans that I want to do with this camera, is to make a coffee table book. It's not something that I really want to make to sell or anything. It's something more for me. I feel like when you print out your photos, you really get to learn about the things that you like and that you dislike, and how you can grow a little bit better as a photographer. So that's something that I really want to do. I'm not going to really talk about too much of what the plan is right now, but it's, you know, I want to capture everyday things and put them in sort of collections of those things, and, you know, just kind of make a book like that. And, you know, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but right now that's kind of the thoughts and what I plan on doing with it. Let's talk about the gear. While this is a first impressions and unboxing video, I haven't really gotten to shoot the cameras. Making this video was my first priority, so I haven't really gotten to get out and use it yet. Just basically setting everything up. So I want to talk about what I got and why I got it. So first we can talk about the camera body. It is just, I have it right here. It is just really premium feeling, and it has just this weight to it that you can't really explain in a video. You have to just go pick it up. I'd advise you, if you are looking for one of these or you just want to test it out, maybe rent one. It's just an amazing piece of technology and build quality, and I really enjoy picking it up. You just see it on your desk. I see it on my desk, and I just want to just grab it and go do stuff with it. But like I said, this is my first priority to make this video, so I will be shooting later this week and going out and just putting this camera through its paces and learning how to use it properly, at least in my use case and what I want to do. Next, we can talk about the 2 lenses that I got, but before we do that, I would like to go over the categorization of how Leica categorizes their lenses. So we can talk about that first, and then I'll talk about the lenses that I got. First, you have Noctilux, which is Leica's most premium glass. It offers the lowest f-stops down to 0.95, which lets in just a ton of light and creates such a shallow depth of field. Then you have the Summilux and the Summicron, Summarit, Elmarit, the Elmar or the Super Elmar, and lastly, you have the Hector. As for the lenses that I got the 50 Summilux, which is an f1.4. I tend to shoot 50mm with all of my product photography, and it's just a lens and a focal length that I really love. We'll see how that translates into, you know, being outside and stuff like that, but I always tend to want to crop in, like I said before, with the Fuji. So this feels like something that would be a great focal length for me. Next up, I got the 28 Summicron, which again is an f2 lens. And I've heard really great things from people about the 28mm focal length. It's a little bit wider than that 35, so it will give me a different perspective when I'm out shooting, especially when you're, you know, on the street or, you know, in neighborhoods and stuff like that. You want to maybe capture a little bit more than what a 35 will offer. So this focal length will be really great, and we'll see how that kind of pans out as I'm using it. Since Leica has been making lenses for over 70 years now, there's a lot of lenses to choose from. The catalog is just massive on the things that you can get. So I do want to go over the proper names, version numbers, and everything for the lenses that I have. I'll put that right here, and I'll also add it into the description as well. Lastly, let's talk about cost. I know everyone's thinking about it, and it's just a very expensive system to get into, but I believe that they make their cameras to last a lifetime. The quality and thought that's put into making these things is just next level. You really can't explain it without you going out there and maybe renting one, like I said, or testing one out at a camera store or something. It's just a different feel than any other camera system that I've used. And I've used Sony, Canon, Nikon, Fuji, and now this brand. And for me, it's just a different feel than any other, like I said, camera brand out there. So just if you can, if you have the opportunity to go to a camera store and hold one for yourself or rent one and test it out to see if you like it, if you are in the market for getting something like this. And please let me know in the comments if you have, and if you're a Leica fan or not. I'd love to know what camera brands you're using and why you're using them. So that pretty much explains everything in regards to my thoughts and first impressions on this camera and this camera system and why I chose it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, as it helps a ton, and hit that notification bell for when I make new videos, and I appreciate you guys a lot. If you made it this far in the video, I would like to go over all the things that are actually in the box that I didn't necessarily cover in my intro video, so let's get to that. There's a leather Leica strap, but it's a little too long for me. I kind of like a shorter strap, something like what Clever Supply offers, and I chose this nice brown leather one. It comes with a battery, of course, and a battery charger, a USB-A to USB-C cable, something that I probably won't use, and of course all of the paperwork. These camera systems and lenses are put together by hand, and you get a signature of the person who assembled your camera. With the lenses, you get this cool little carrying case. It's a leather carrying case, and I just have my lens cap in here, but it's really great that you have something to keep your lens safe, as these things do cost a lot and you want to be able to keep it protected. So this is a great little added touch. It also has the little Leica logo on the top, so that's really nice. Well, that's it. If you have any questions or just want to chat, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer anything that you may have. But for now, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.